Well, I could think of worse views to wake up to. These beautiful vines getting ready for their winter nap, a gentle breeze, the birds chirping. This is also very relaxing and, quite frankly, something that I could get used to.
The suitably named Cabernet and Shiraz are a 1- and 2-bedroom cottage that together sleep up to 6 people. They're built on a rise at Oceanview Estates Vineyard and Winery, along the Mount Mee Road, about 45 minutes from Brisbane. There wouldn't be too many other vineyard cottages available this close to Brisbane.
So what makes this spot so perfect for growing grapes?
It's the elevation, I guess. We're in Queensland, you will get those cooler temperatures, always about 4 to 8 degrees cooler, so slower ripening periods,
right.
More flavour in the grapes and in the wine as a result. Yeah, it's quite good.
And so what grapes are you growing at the moment?
We grow 4 different varieties at the moment. We've got Viognier, Chardonnay, Shiraz and Cabernet.
So Kate, which vines are these?
These are the Viognier grapes, probably our best known variety.
What is it about Viognier in Queensland? It seems to be the #1 white grape.
You can see they're a little bit scatty looking, so they're less vigorous. The bunches of grapes are really loose and they hang nice and low, so you're reducing the risk of mildews in the vines, which are our issue.
Is it your most popular white?
Absolutely, the one I enjoy the most.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
With the vines as a starting point, Kate and her husband Thomas have created an environment that makes for a lovely day trip destination. There'll be an outdoor concert series beginning here very soon. The cottages are also a great base for exploring nearby Daybra and Mount Mee State Forest. The winery produces about 30,000 bottles a year, and Thomas controls quality all the way through from planting, bottling and tasting.
So what have you got there, Thomas?
This is our 09 Cabernet that we picked end of February it was, yeah. Actually came off quite early this year.
That looks like it might be just about ready to go.
Well, it's finished its fermentation, it's been pressed, so it's starting to settle down. So we've still got the pulp or the lees in the bottom, but it's starting to clarify and become clearer, yeah.
You're really passionate about all this, aren't you?
Yeah, I love our wine, absolutely.
Does being a biochemist necessarily mean that you were already set up to do it, or have you learnt a lot more on the journey?
Oh, there's always learning. Every year I learn something different or try different things, but the base science helps you to understand, you know, the parameters of where wine needs to be at.
Now, white Shiraz, that sounds unusual, Thomas, and it doesn't look like it's quite ready yet.
No, it's going through, it's just about ready to start filtering these wines. So they're cloudy, they're full of yeast.
Right.
So if you try them, the flavour's there as in the bouquet and the nose, but they're not ready to taste yet, but you can try it.
Okay.
But you'll see what I mean. And then they go through filtration and fining, and then we clean them up and they become bright,
nice
sparkly.
And sparkly. Now, of all the vintages that you've done, which are you most proud of?
The 05 Cabernet was a really nice year, and also our Viogniers every year come up really well.
And here at the cellar door is where you can taste the fruits of Thomas's labour. This is the 07 Viognier. Thanks, Kate. Now, apparently I should be tasting peachy and apricot-y tones that carry well on the palate. I think he's had a win here.
The Oceanview Estates restaurant has gained quite a reputation locally for coupling its wine with a sensational menu.
So, Darren, is it challenging to be a chef for a winery and have to sort of do the food to match the wine rather than the wine to match the food?
Most definitely. We keep that in mind with all our menus, obviously. We are a winery, so we actually like to use a lot of our wines in our cooking as well, right down to a verjuice as well. That is actually one of the dressings we use in our salmon dish here.
And do you try to source a lot of this produce locally as well?
Very much so, very much so. In fact, we also have quite a bit of product on the actual premises. We have our own little berry patch down the back, our herb patches over there, lots of citrus trees on the front of the property, as well as using things like lemon myrtle, which are all growing around the property as well.
Oh, baby.
Kate tells me my Atlantic salmon and fresh Queensland banana prawns should be accompanied by the Viognier, and her Spanish-style pork and scallops is enhanced by the flavour and colour of the estate's sparkling rosé. As I mentioned, Oceanview Estates is on the Mount Mee Road, just 45 minutes from central Brisbane. It's open from Thursday till Sunday, and you can choose to visit the cellar door and restaurant or linger a little longer in a vineyard cottage. And for a whole lot more activities to get you into this beautiful part of the world, then cast an eye over the Queensland Holidays website, or you could also try the Travel Train Holidays and RACQ sites.
Well, I'm going to take my time to enjoy this delightful meal. Time for us to say goodnight though. Join us again next Sunday afternoon at 5:30 for more Out and About in the Great Southeast. And of course, stay with us now. 7 News is up next. Have a great night. Thanks, Kate.
Cheers.
Cheers.